Morning traders, Richard here doing a quick Ichimoku Cloud Chart market review of the NASDAQ 100 index futures, the NASDAQ index itself, and then we'll just touch on the QQQ ETF. The good news is we're back above the top end of the Ichimoku Cloud here. Any price action above the cloud is bullish. This comes soon after entering bearish territory and rebounding from the bottom end of the cloud level there. We can see that zone became very strong support for the index to rebound from that old cloud chart support zone. Got a rebound, also had a volatility breakout signal generated by artificial intelligence, and also rebounded from that 144 period exponential moving average. So back above the cloud. Now key levels to watch out for is this bottom end cloud chart support zone, cloud span B, 25,000. The index should stay above 25,000. If it stays above 25,000, we're still bullish. Any price action below this area will turn the chart into a bearish state. Now key levels to watch out for, we've got this cluster of resistance there to deal with, roughly 25,800. So that's the upside targets there. But first we're going to run into trouble with these resistance levels there, the standard line and the turning line of the Ichimoku Cloud. So we need to break past that zone, and that's the next upside target, 25,882, and then this old high resistance zone there is the next zone there. But we really need to break out of this long consolidation period, and then we could expect the market to move higher once it's cleared this zone. So those are the levels to watch out for on the daily. Turning to the NASDAQ 100 futures contract, NQCV1 on the Metastock platform and the Icon platform. Stuck here below the cloud, fighting that resistance zone. We need to see a clear breakout past that bottom end cloud chart resistance zone for this chart to turn bullish. So far we've had a rebound there. We've also had an AI generated volatility breakout signal. Now we need to break through that cloud chart resistance, the bottom end of the cloud there, as well as the top end of the cloud, and also those key moving averages there to the upside. Once we've cleared those resistance zones, the upside targets on the futures contract would be this 26,000 roughly, and then the next one would be the top end there, 26,349 or 350, and then these old highs is the next upside targets there, basically 26,631. So but watch very closely to see this week if we're going to get a breakout through that resistance zone at the front end of the Ichimoku Cloud. But this is kind of sideways moving, lots of water torture here between the cloud charts resistance and support zone. So we really need to see a clear breakout out of this trading zone for the market to move higher. Keep an eye out for that resistance zone there and the price interaction there today. We're still not bullish on the NASDAQ futures contract. We need a breakout past that cloud chart resistance. On the 4-hour Ichimoku Cloud, we've had a weak buy signal below the cloud. We're still bearish from a Ichimoku Cloud Chart perspective. Need to break past this cloud chart resistance zone. So watch very closely to see what the price interaction is going to be in the NASDAQ futures when we get to these key exponential moving averages here, as well as this cloud chart resistance zone. So that's a critical resistance zone. So we're getting close to key resistance zone. What we really need to see is a breakout past this, and then we could see it come back after retesting this resistance zone. Let me just put another line in there. So if it breaks past these key moving average, breaks through the cloud chart resistance, and then it can come back to retest the top end of the front end of the cloud. So that's the scenario that we expect on the 4-hour Ichimoku Cloud, as long as we get a breakout past this cloud chart resistance. If this cloud chart resistance holds here, we could always hit the cloud and then come back to then test the standard line and the turning line of the cloud, and then the standard line of the Ichimoku Cloud. So these are two levels to watch out for on the 4-hour Ichimoku Cloud. Is the standard line, the turning line there, and then the standard line of the Ichimoku Cloud. And now the standard line is very close to the bottom end of the front end of the cloud. So these are the two support zones, 25,189 and 24,878. So we could see them come back, test these levels, and then make another attempt to get through the 4-hour Ichimoku Cloud. So that's the scenario on the 4-hour Ichimoku Cloud from the NASDAQ futures perspective. Looking at the QQQ ETF that tracks the NASDAQ 100 index, have volatility breakout signal right there at the rebound from the 144 exponential moving average, as well as the bottom end of the cloud chart shadow. Those 3 points there, volatility breakout signal, rebound, plus cloud chart support, then gave us the conviction to trade the QQQ ETF, broke through the bottom in cloud, now broke through the top end in the cloud, but still struggling there with that zone there a little bit. We need to see a clear breakout there and a breakout past these cloud chart standard line and turning line moving averages. And then we've got these old highs as the next resistance target there, 630 to the upside, with the other old high there, that one there, very close, 636. So these are the upside targets. Downside risk is still this bottom in cloud, Senko span B, cloud span B 608. So as long as the index stays above 608 or the QQQ ETF, we in bullish territory. Any price action in this zone will turn the chart back to bearish. But so far so good. Did get a rebound, volatility breakout, AI generated volatility breakout signal still going strong, with these upside targets as the next key resistance zones. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy AI and cloud chart trading. Bye for now.